Hi guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to fold the F35 by Jayson, Merrill. So it has two intakes, color change cockpit, realistic geometry, and the engine. So ignore the pre-creases. Just fold the paper in half, both ways, and then fold it diagonally in half, and fold this down, fold this over like that, from that point to that point, and then you want to fold this point to that intersection. And sorry to hear background noise. And then you want to fold this point to that intersection right there. Then you could just take this and fold in half. Now we're going to fold this point to that intersection. Like that, and flip it, fold from that point down to that point. And I have most of these creases already done. Then you could just unfold this and fold this over. Like that. Fold it over to match. Like that. Fold this back over, and you're going to fold from that point to that point. And you want to make sure it comes to a point right here, because you're going to need it to collapse the model in a minute here. Now you're just going to unfold that, and you're going to fold from this corner, and it's going to need this edge to line up with that edge. And also make sure it's a point right there too. So this is a 5-tile preliminary base here, and you're just going to take this, unfold it, and just fold in on this crease right here, all the way down to here, and then after that you collapse along this crease here. And collapse. Okay, so now it's gonna look something like this. Make sure you could kind of adjust it so it comes to a point right there. And you can just fold that up from corner to corner here. So this cannot be made with 8.5 square. It has to be made by 13-inch. I recommend that a lot, or even more, like what I'm using here. This is my first model out of many other models I'm going to fold on my channel that need 13 inches or more. And I have made a model every single day. Here's the SU-57. My first attempt at the Blackbird here. Doesn't look that good except for that. The engines look okay, but the rest looks pretty good. The wings are hard to make though. And then of course, I have the J20. So the only reason why I wanted to fold this one first, the hardest one out of all of them, is because I've folded this one last, and I've had more like experience with the folds on, like, because the folds are pretty similar to the SU-57 and the J20. So yeah, let's flip that over, fold this over, and then you're going to inside reverse fold in and out along this crease and that crease you made earlier. So that it looks something like I'm trying to get it as good as I can here. So sorry if it's kind of taking a while. I'm trying to get it good. Okay, it's gonna look something like this once you got it in place. Then you just go ahead, flip this over, and flip that over, and make sure that this is turned over here. Now you just take this, fold in on that crease that you already have, so it looks something like this, and fold up all the way inside. And you're going to take this and spread squash. And it's gonna kind of fight back up there, so don't crease it sharply, flip it, and then you can just take this and fold it over. You can also just take this and brush out. Then you just flip it and crease. And then you just fold these over. Fold this flap over, and you're gonna fold these out these flaps. I'm just gonna fold out here. Just fold this down here. So now it's gonna, you just kind of fold in on that, like kind of already existing crease. So it's like that. And then you just crease this here. Now it's gonna look something like this. You can now fold this flap up and down here. And fold this back up and fold it down. Fold it back down along this line right here that you just creased. So I actually made an AR-15 variant using the base I made, I think like a week ago or two. I made a Colt SMG 635, so. Doing this could kind of be a little tricky because it's gonna not want to hit that corner clean, as you guys could see. It's kind of gonna want to like bend a little bit, so it's kind of hard. Then you fold this down, fold that down like so. I'm going to fold this over like that. And right now this is like a regular, it's a regular like 8.5 paper right now. And fold it in half. And I wouldn't crease. You want it to go right through that intersection, but it's kind of gonna be a little thick because of this bread squash we did earlier. So I wouldn't crease too hard right there, or else it's gonna tear. So then you just fold this down. And just unfold this and fold it in half the other direction. Fold that over as well. You're gonna need this crease for something here. So just unfold this, and we're going to fold this in like that. Get out any kinks it has. And you're going to insert reverse fold while freeing the strap paper and kind of pushing this in so it kind of sticks out like that. It's gonna line up against this line right here. So we'll unfold that and fold in along the crease you just made. Make sure everything's lined up here. And just fold this up. And fold from that point. And make sure it's like that. So fold it up to that corner, but make sure this is still lining up with that edge. You're gonna need it because you're gonna be collapsing this in. And do the same thing for this side. Fold this up. Okay, so what you're going to do here is you're going to make a crease right in between, right here, and push it on the creases that you made, like that. Make sure everything's lined up. So yeah, it's gonna look something like this. To fold this flap down, and then you're just gonna inside reverse fold this in. It's kind of like the dagger fold when you're making the front landing gear. You need to inside reverse fold this down, and it's also pretty much the same thing as well. Take this, fold it down, make sure everything lines up, and crease. And you're not gonna close sync this in like the SU57 or the J20. So yeah, just keep that in mind. And just like the dagger, just pop it out. Make sure it doesn't kink or anything. Mine's kinking a little bit. And you're going to take this and fold down to right there. And you're actually gonna need this fold you're making right now. So crease it sharply because you're going to have to open sync this in. Just keep in mind, it's not a close sync, it's an open sync. Just keep that in mind. So just push in on those creases here. You're going to collapse it in just so you can get this fold because you're gonna need it. And then you take this right here and spread it out. Like that. Actually looking on the camera right now, it seems like this kind of looks light green, but it's actually a forest green here. And just take this and you're gonna fold it down along the natural, like where it stops naturally. It's not gonna hit this intersection completely, so don't worry about that. Then you fold this up, fold this down. And you're gonna flip it, and you're gonna wanna make these folds here because you're gonna need them. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna mountain fold using that intersection, and you want this line to line up with this, and you want that line to line up with that, and then you want this line to line up with here. So it's kind of weird. Fold, just fold, kind of pinch fold the intersection a little bit, and then just start to fold that in so that this line lines up with that. And then that line lines up with that. Sorry if you can't see the creases that much. It's kind of shiny, paper. Let me get rid of that kink. And once again, you're not gonna want to fold. You're not gonna want to crease that part that much because it's gonna want to tear, and it's gonna want to tear extra. It's gonna probably tear because you already have folds going through here, right at that intersection too. Because there's too many folds going through this intersection that's very thick, so you don't want it to tear. And same thing for this side. Oops, mine's not going through the intersection. So okay. Now that it looks something like this, just preliminary fold this here. Oops, wrong way. So make sure this is actually folded down. And then you fold this in. Make sure this is kind of coming out here. Sorry about this. So fold this. Oops, sorry about this. I'm kind of forgetting a little bit. Here we go. Fold this in and collapse. Okay, now I just fold this over and squash. Fold this. This is gonna make the locking mechanism and the color change cockpit. So and take this and just kind of reverse the crease so it's like that now. It's not on the inside. It's not on the inside now. Sorry if I'm kind of senseless and mumbling right now. It's like 9:05 at night. Just fold this out. Like that, and then just crease it and unfold. And same thing for this side. So you need to, if you want to be able to fold this, you probably need to fold at least one of Jayson's planes that need full paper, or one of them that have the 5-star preliminary base like this, because this is similar to it, except on that open sink. Fold this out and fold down. And now you're just going to take this and fold it up like that. And you're going to fold this point down to that intersection. This intersection right here. And if you guys have ever made a plane that has a color change cockpit, pretty sure there are 2 ways to make a color change cockpit. So the default is 1. We're not doing the default way of making color change cockpit. We're making the like Vulcan way and F22. We're doing this a little bit different because we have the weird base. So it's gonna be a little different. There's gonna be an upcoming fold that's pretty easy if you know how to do it, but if you don't, it could be very difficult. Just fold these in, shape out the cockpit, and just take this and swivel. In the video, I'm pretty sure you just have to fold them in, but if you want it to stay in better, you just take this and swivel. And same thing for this. And fold this down. And you want to fold this up. So you want to fold it up in a way so that we're just gonna do this first. Actually, no. We're gonna fold this up like that. But before we do that, you're going to just fold this up here and flip this down right at the tip. And you're going to need to fold this, I'm pretty sure. No, before we do that, we're gonna take this and swivel them out a little bit here. Like that. Okay, now we could fold this down. But before we're gonna do that, we need to take this and we're just gonna, take this and wrap it around here. It's gonna look something like this. And fold this down. And I'm actually going to, I'm probably gonna end it right here, probably not. But let's just do some folds before I end it. Fold this in about 1/3 of the way, and then you can fold it over again. You're gonna need it to lock the plane. Okay, so I'm going to continue this in part 2.